Hey guys, here to talk to you about business orientations. Sorry it took so long to get this posted up, but here we go. When it came to looking for articles to tell you guys about business orientation, it was a little hard to come across anything. I was able to find a article that talked about lawmakers holding an orientation before a special session began. So it just goes to show you, no matter where you are in the world, you're going to have an orientation. Whether it's working for Home Depot or state legislature, you're going to have an orientation to introduce you. Now, in class, by a show of hands, not a lot of people had a business orientation, and we've all been through the kind of orientation. And to tell you the truth, there's not much difference between the two. Most businesses either have a small orientation or they have a large orientation, depending on how big the facility is, what company you're working for. When I worked for Home Depot, my orientation was 3 days long. We were grouped into categories of where we worked. I was on the night shift, but when the first day of orientation, we met everyone, from people who wanted to work at the cash registers to contracting places, the hardware department. Everyone was there during my orientation. Basically, the first day we watched a lot of movies, we got introduced to a lot of people, we got introduced to the regional manager for the company. So, as the days progressed, they went on to talk about your different departments and their aspects of how they want you to fall in line. It's pretty much just, here we are, this is what we're about. It's kind of a love it or leave it kind of situation. I mean, they try to spin their own thing, saying, oh, this is your benefits, you start here, you have the chance to become this, and so on. I mean, it's a company's way of making it, of inviting you in, saying, here, this is what we are, this is what we're about, this is how we'd like you to perform. And it's basically, it opens up for training. During my orientation, we spent a lot of time doing games based on skill building and group building, to see how you work with other people. I mean, it was a great time. I learned a lot about the company, and I ended up working there for a whole year. So, during orientation, they talked about all the benefits of the company, chances for improvements, from going from where I was, from a night worker to possibly being an inventory manager by the time I'm done with, I believe it was 90 days. I mean, there's no training really involved. I mean, it's just come in, welcome, meet us, and you move on from there. I mean, orientations are either on-site or off-site. By off-site, I mean, when I worked for Home Depot, we went to a store where they held their orientations. It wasn't in the store I worked in, so I had to travel out. I ended up getting paid not only to be at the orientation, but miles traveled between my house and the store. As to when I worked for Walgreens for a short period of time, my orientation was short. It was in the store, you meet the managers, the assistant managers, they show you around, they tell you about your job, and you go straight to work. Orientation is a great thing if it's done right. I actually enjoyed the orientation period at Home Depot more than I enjoyed at Walgreens, because at Walgreens they threw me just right into the mix. Didn't really tell me much about the corporation or whatnot. Home Depot, they had a lot of tapes to show you a lot of things. And it just depends on how you run your orientation. A good orientation sets the backdrop for the future. So, I'm not sure how much more I could tell you about orientation. You really have to experience it to understand why you actually go through it. And all in all, it's a good experience to actually go through. And who knows, in the future maybe it'll lead you to running your own orientation for a company or whatnot. I'm sorry I couldn't give you guys more information about it. I mean, it's not a really easy subject to talk about without actually experiencing it. So I hope this was a little bit more enlightening, but hope you guys all have a good time. Take it easy.